What do you think when you hear the word film? Does your favorite motion picture come to mind? Or a beloved TV show? Or a reel of film? Everyone has at least one show or movie that's special to them. Each movie, TV show, or video you watch has some sort of narrative or emotion that is trying to be conveyed to the audience. Like the emotion of suspense in the first Terminator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Or a feeling of other emotions such as dread in the first Alien movie starring Sigourney Weaver.
Mother! I've turned the cooling unit back on! Mother!
The ship will automatically destruct in T-5 minutes.
When filming, most people would think to point the camera at the subject and press record. Technically, you are correct. However, there is so much more that goes into that than pressing record. On the surface, film is just a fancy term for a video that could be the length of 2 minutes or an hour, or even longer, but deep down, there is so much more. Let me show you a few brief examples that can help. Have you ever noticed how some videos or photos have their subject off to the side instead of the middle? This shot composition is a technique known as the rule of thirds, a grid consisting of 2 lines dividing the video into a 3x3 format. Most people do not notice it unless it's pointed out, but once you see it, it's pretty hard to unsee it. The use of this technique is to help the subject in the video or photo seem proportional to creating a more and compelling composed shot. This technique is used in just about everywhere, but it's most prominent in interviews and documentaries, like the interview between Oprah Winfrey and Will Smith. Rules of third are not only used in television, it is also used in photography, and just about anywhere else that involves a camera as well as scenery. The rule of 180 is a rule that states 2 subjects in any video needs to have a left and a right perspective from each other. For example, let's use a scene from Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, The Dark Knight. In the scene where Commissioner Gordon and Batman are interrogating Joker, Commissioner Gordon and Joker are sitting in the middle of an interrogation room slightly lit. The camera is on the right side of the table, setting the tone for the scene between Gordon and Joker with no clear deposition of who is in control of this conversation. Eventually, Gordon realizes that he is not making any progress and decides to leave the room, leaving Batman taking over in the interrogation.
The good cop, bad cop routine?
Not exactly.
Did you see it? The rule of 180 was just broken. When Batman walks around the table, the camera has now switched to the other side of the table, setting a new tone and tension in the room, with Batman being on the left side of the perspective and Joker being on the right. In the beginning, Batman is in control of the interrogation, but then you see the rule of 180 broken once again when the camera pans over Joker's shoulders, signifying that Joker has now taken control of the interrogation. To build off of that key point, the scene cuts to Gordon asking his fellow officers who's in control here.
Who's in control?
The scene continues with more 180 breaks, with Batman becoming upset, lifting Joker over the table, flipping him on the table, and then the entirety of Batman assaulting Joker.
Where are they? Killing is making a choice.
Where are they?
Choose between one life or the other. Your friend, the district attorney, or his blushing bride to be.
The next major key point used in media is the color theory. The color theory is just about everywhere. It's in film, TV shows, and even anime. A good example that can be analyzed is the use of the color theory in JoJo Bizarre Adventures Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. Towards the end of the show, the main villain of Part 4, Kira Yoshikage, is in a standoff with one of the other main characters, Josuke Higashikata. Throughout the show, Josuke's normal attire in the show is more bluish and his hair is roughly the same color, and Kira's normal attire having gray hair and a white tuxedo with a green tie. whereas now in the fight between the two, the color theory has taken place, giving Josuke a more dark reddish appearance, and Kira looking like the Joker with green hair and a purple tuxedo. The use of the color theory in this situation represents the emotions between Josuke and Kira, with Josuke possessing anger and tenacity, and Kira having the advantage in the fight, being thrilled and obsessed with killing Josuke. There are many more techniques used in the film industry, but these are one of the most essential in any film or motion picture created. Thank you for tuning in. This is On the Surface. See you soon.